not quite.
Yeah.
It worked out close.
Good, close.
Where are you, Helen? I don't know, Oregon or where?
No, Massachusetts.
Ah, okay.
Oh, it's cold up there.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
cold.
I know, I'm looking at my plants, they all died outside because we had frost last night. So,
Okay.
I know.
40-something?
I remember.
Yeah, Frosty the Snowman.
Okay. It looks like it's 3 minutes, I'm volunteering today. It looks like it's 3 minutes after, 4 minutes after 2 o'clock. Good afternoon, thanks for coming out. The first thing on the agenda is, the affidavit is up in the office. There's a roll call of the board, not you yet.
Janet
Ms. Carlucci, Ms. Cook, and
Helen.
Helen Dabrowski.
So there is a quorum of the current board. Yesterday I resigned from the board. Is the board accepting that resignation?
Make a motion with regret to accept.
I seconded.
Peg, and the 3 current board members agree.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I also forgot the prior board minutes. You've received them ahead of time. Is there a motion to accept the board minutes as presented?
Make a motion
I
to
make a
accept.
motion to accept the board minutes as presented.
Helen?
Seconded.
Good. And the board is in agreement?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
sorry about that. And the board has accepted my resignation. Is there a motion to accept Jay Peller as the replacement for Anthony Rubio?
I accept.
Well, that you're making the motion, Janet,
Second the motion.
I second.
Peg, and Jay, you're accepting? Thank you. And the quorum of the board agrees, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. That looks like for the first part of the board meeting. Since there's no other business for that meeting, we're going to close that at 5 minutes after 2. Just hang on 1 minute. 2:05. Just review that quickly.
River Shores, dear board members, please be advised that I resigned from the River Shores Board at this 19th day of October 2018 at the time of 2:05 p.m.
It's all right. We don't need to read
That's
it.
it?
Yes.
Okay.
The board could look at it. Okay. Thank you for serving.
Yes.
Thank you for
Yes,
serving.
thank you for serving. Now you
Thank
can-
you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Now you could sit with the rest of the people. Yes,
I signed it.
thank you.
I make a motion to accept Janet's resignation. with
Okay.
regret.
Thank you,
Yes,
thank
no,
you.
so
I
we're,
second.
so now wait a minute, we're starting the new meeting and it looks like it's 2:06. So, the affidavit's upstairs, there's a roll call, Mr. Peller,
Yes.
Ms. Cook,
Yes.
Ms. Dambrowski.
Yes.
There's a quorum of the board present. Okay, and there was a motion to accept Ms. Carlucci's resignation. Peg,
With regret.
with regret.
Aw.
Oh, is there a second?
I second it.
Jay, the board is in agreement, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. We got it from Jen. Next one is Dan Doogie. There's a replacement for Ms. Carlucci. Dan, thanks for showing up here immediately.
How about if we pronounce that Dogie?
Oh, Doogie, I'm sorry.
It's, my relatives pronounce it that
Oh.
type of, I don't know, but long O,
Oh.
long E.
Doggy.
Dogie.
Doogie.
Yeah.
Doogie. All right, get it in my brain. Doogie.
Like money, dough.
Doogie.
Long O,
Joe,
long.
Jay speaks
There used to be
English.
a song about get along little Dogie back years ago.
Yeah.
Years and years ago.
So from the 3 current board members, Mr. Peller, Ms. Cook, and Ms. Dambrowski, you're accepting Mr. Doty as a new board member.
Yes.
Correct?
Agreed.
Unanimous,
Yes.
unanimous.
Yes, so that's agreed. All right. A board reorganization. This is for titles. You're all board of directors. Do you have, Peg is currently the secretary of the association.
I'll just retain that position.
Okay. The other positions are open if anybody wants president, VP, whatever, or you could decide not to for the moment and do it later on.
Why don't we let Jay and Dan think about it and defer it till another time?
Okay. So there's a motion to hold off, what's the term?
Reorganization of the board.
Yeah, hold off. So Helen and Peg, second, and then the board agrees.
Yes.
Yes.
The bank signatories on the account and/or use of bill pay. Currently, there was Janet and Peg. Does anybody care? We could just continue doing what we're doing. Does anybody have a preference? No preference. Leave it be?
No preference. Yeah,
Leave
just
it be.
leave it.
Leave it be. Okay. Is there a motion to leave Peg as the signatory?
I make a motion.
Make.
Helen, seconded by Jay, and the board is in agreement, unanimous agreement?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Who's the other one? We'll get this.
Peg.
The other signatory? I mean, do we need another one?
The bank doesn't recognize it, so it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
matter, so they just don't.
There were just two before.
Oh, just so you're comfortable, Randy, the board can get bank statements every month, that's not an issue, so.
Yeah, that's.
And everything's audited. The Middle River Club appointments. Just to give the board some information, Janet and I can serve on the Middle River Club board, and we're both willing to do so, I think, as you are aware. So I almost wouldn't want to put you on that board, because you obviously see there's a lot of hostility between the three buildings, but it's up to you. Yes?
I think that's probably, there's a lot of hostility, because you and Janet are on the board.
Oh, well,
You
thank
shoot everything down.
Yes, thank you, Randy.
That's all I'm saying.
No, thank
That's all
you,
I'm
that's,
saying.
that's a
I
good
had to
opinion.
interject there.
No, that's good, yeah. Anyway, we can retain that, position, and it's up to you folks.
Retain it.
I make a motion to retain it.
Peg,
So,
J, retain. Is the board in agreement?
Yes.
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 Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, one of the board members is not present. He said he would not be here today. That's Mr. Finity, so he didn't show up. So I think you're aware of that anyway.
He's out of town.
The board, does anybody else have any comments? Randy? Nothing else?
I said mine.
Okay, that's good.
Can I just ask a question? I'm just trying
Yes.
to follow.
No, please.
So this is now the Middle River Club Board, which is a separate entity.
Yes.
And you're saying that you'll continue to be on that board,
Correct,
both of you?
correct.
Okay, I'm just trying to, so I know what's going on. That's
So,
all. Thank you
no,
very
just so,
much.
Robert, just so you know, there are 3 appointments from River Shores to that board, one from River Terrace and one from River Bend.
Yeah,
And for many years, there's always been dissension.
right, I figured.
So it's partly my fault trying to make peace all the time. That has to change, so anyway, we have.
Who's the third one, Tom?
I have to interject again.
Okay,
Isn't the dissension, isn't the problem because you and Janet are on the board? Because you have 3 votes and you block everything they do. The entrance, parking lots, everything.
that's
my
the way it
opinion.
is.
That's my opinion.
Well, it's an opinion, but it's not, it's
Is
a
it fact
legal
or not?
fact that that's how the documents are written. That's not my.
I'm just saying,
Oh,
are you and Janet the one that shoots everything down?
I don't know, is that?
Because I've been here almost 40 years.
You know,
I've been here almost 4 years.
Uh-huh.
First 6 months was fantastic. The last 3.5 years, not one thing's been done.
Well, I have to blame myself because I've taken it. It's been personal and trying to keep peace, but we're gonna fix
Good
it.
peace with who?
With the other buildings. That's been my problem.
Randy, you
Why
can't
don't you
say.
keep peace with
Randy, you
us?
can't say nothing's been done.
It hasn't. What's been done?
Everything has been kept up in the Middle River Club, and it's mostly River Shores
I'm
that
talking
are
about River
doing it.
Shores.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm
But
taking care of Middle
the
River
club
Shores.
itself, but not the entrance, not the parking lots, not anything. When I first came here, the parking lots were gonna be paved in 5 years. Now I noticed that it's been moved 2 years forward. So,
Okay,
there are certain things that
Anyway.
I just,
we're ready to move on.
and believe me, I will continue to complain.
Oh, good.
And this will, I am Randy Brooks, I live in Bristol 306. You will hear my name often now that there's a new board.
Look at the pleasure you're gonna have in your life, folks. Isn't that
Yes,
great?
but at least maybe, there's someone that maybe I can work with.
Well, next
Not
year
any
you're
guarantee.
gonna, next year you're gonna
Maybe.
be on the board, Randy.
And-
Yes, I
Well,
know.
that was my, may I ask
I
you a
know.
question?
Yes.
Just a logistical question.
Yeah.
So this is a board meeting and you appointed people because it's during the course of a board meeting. Is it once a year that there are elections for the board?
Correct.
That's just like my co-op. So
Yeah.
it's, so you've appointed people to take the place of, because you resigned.
Right.
And then when the time comes, there'll be an election.
April.
Like any building. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm also named Randy,
Hi, Randy.
and I've been here almost a year, and I think this place is run very well. And that's coming from a very hot, high-rise shishi building on the Gold, so I think you guys do an awesome
Oh,
job.
That's very nice of
You
you.
live in River Shores?
I certainly do,
Yeah. See,
so thank you.
no, thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
very kind. We understand.
I appreciate the welcome that you gave me.
Oh, well, some people we can easily welcome and other ones we can't. Anyway, we're
Can we
moving
get a new
on. I'm
dryer?
volunteering my time today,
Dryer?
so,
Dryer?
yeah. Do you know who vandalized that dryer, Randy?
I don't.
You don't?
You think that it's me?
No, I never said that. I asked
I know
you-
that that's what you think.
But how do you know what I think?
How
Can you
would-
get in my
Let me ask you a
brain?
question. How would I know who vandalized it?
I asked you, well, you live on the floor.
So, am I sitting outside watching?
I don't know what you
3 a.m.?
do. I don't know what
We
you
also
do.
have homeless people sleeping in the stairwell.
Are you
I
inviting
think they
homeless
are
people here?
probably- No,
Oh,
where Stan used to live.
Oh.
That's where they are.
oh, okay. Well, maybe
And-
that's who vandalized it.
Exactly.
I asked you if you knew.
I
never
sent
said.
you an email, but
Oh.
since we're, you put up that manifesto, and that went and made me crazy. So
Oh.
that's why.
Oh, that made him crazy.
Okay, stop.
Yeah, the manifesto. I mean, every problem that you've had in the
Yeah, we're
entire-
moving on now. We're moving on.
No.
Thank you.
I want a new dryer.
Yeah.
Well, how's it
Yeah,
feel
I want
tomorrow?
world peace. Go
Yeah, well,
for that.
nobody else goes over there. Come over to the 3rd floor, our laundry room, see what it looks like.
Yeah. Do you, I'll take, yeah.
Okay, when's, we on item 6?
Oh, number 6, board acceptance, rejection of contract for services provided by Anthony Rubio. So you all had the time to review it. It's only 2 pages. It's not like a normal standard manager's contract. They're usually 15 to whatever pages. So I know Peg and I and Janet and Helen, we all went through that whole process thanks to Mr. Anderson.
Right.
Oh, yes, that was a whole learning experience. So, do you have any questions? Do you have any concerns? Is it any issue?
Very clearly stated. I don't see any issues.
I think it's a good contract, and
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the contract.
Second.
As
Peg, Jay, and the board is in agreement?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Something recently, I know, Jay, you haven't attended the Middle River Club meetings, and that's pretty smart. But I know you have, Dan and Peg and I and Janet, and as you know, we had somebody from one of the other buildings who had a fiduciary responsibility and needed transparency. So, it was a difficult task to get Steve and to clean every little minute, so we did a general. But of course now, once it was all really reviewed for pennies, and when I tell you pennies, I mean I was getting down to each sheet of paper at 25 cents in each envelope and each label. That's how normal management companies do things. you see. So it was kind of extremely time consuming, but to show the other buildings, they were actually ahead of the game. And I wasn't, you know, making up the numbers, they were what they were. They realize now it costs them a little bit more. And one of the issues that came up had to do with the insurance on the clubhouse. And because River Shores is a big building, we were able to put the liability insurance on River Shores policy, and I charged them back like $2,200 a year for $15 million insurance. Well, of course, in the real world, that wouldn't exist. So this year, because of all the endless, they need details and fiduciary and transparency, we separated the policies, and it came back, instead of what I was charging, like $2,200, which this is mostly the liability, it came back as $8,300. So you're talking basically 4 times. So now, all these prior years, you know, it was like 2,000, whatever it was, I was charging them a small percentage back. Because I had all the records fairly, you know, where I can easily get access, just a round number, because I don't have the final numbers from the insurance agent, we're looking at about $3,800 short of that River Shores is due, and I just wanted the board's feedback on collecting that money. It's certainly due River Shores. It wasn't obviously intentional. I just, you know, used the best guess estimate, but because they, you know, it's constant. I guess you could say, in some people's opinion, I'm the problem, but when you're ahead of the game and you're still complaining is where, you know, I kind of go like this. So do you have a thought on it? Do you want to let it go? Do you want to just play politics and throw it up in their face? What do you want to do with it?
Have them pay it.
Have them pay it.
Yes, if they owe them, you know, their share, you know, they have to pay it.
It is, but it's kind of hard to backtrack over the years.
Oh, no, I could do it.
Was there an increase in the rate every year, as there normally is?
Oh, yeah, no. But what happened, I was not charging them back. I remembered a percentage like from 20 years ago.
Yeah,
But
and
they,
then
but
it
it
should
wasn't
have been a higher
far
percentage.
from off. We're going back 7 years every
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
where it's only $3,800.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they open their mouth, and, you know, at that meeting, I think you were there, when the lawyer says you have to have it separate, and Bobby was saying you have to do, everything has to be done a certain way. So now that they want it done their way, it's certainly.
Well, with things the way they are, if we had overcharged them, they'd be looking for the money, wouldn't they?
Well, they've never been overcharged on anything, Peg.
If-
Yeah, but you
if
know
the shoe
what,
was on the
Peg,
other
because
foot.
I looked at it, we're neighbors, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
We had to get reimbursed something. I mean, we pay Steve, we pay we
Yeah.
took care of everything. Just so you know, Jay, it just was automatically done, because, you know, it's a separate entity. Whatever had to be done, the gate, I would just take care of, whatever. But they open their mouth, and it's like, okay, I had the boxes all ready of all the documents for them to go through. I invited them up there. They never showed up. You know, they just want to keep this. So,
Has
go ahead.
River Shores premium been reduced because of?
Oh, yes, yes. I don't have I just said, I don't have the final number. What
That's a
happened?
good point.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's like, I think $3,100, but it's an estimate. I don't have the exact number. The agent couldn't give me, I had to send a.
Yeah, that'll show a difference.
Yeah. So, and again, it was never a problem, but because everything had to be this way, which is fine, it actually cost more. They were not overcharged, they were undercharged.
Undercharged.
That's correct.
And nobody's aware of it until they're separated out, and then you get a clear picture.
Well, it's with everything. When, you know, I started looking at every little item, because if you can see how it should be run as a going concern, we all understand that. But, you know, we're neighbors. River Shores has the majority interest in the club. So you know, like they did the tennis court, I don't think I would have done it that way. It would have been done differently, but, you know, Bobby had all these vendors and whatever, and he took care of it, and it's a